If you're a coin lover, collector, or just someone who stumbled upon an old penny in your drawer and wondered if it's worth anything, then today's story will blow your mind. We're diving deep into the astonishing, mysterious, and ultra-valuable world of the 1983 Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin with a humble face but a jaw-dropping value of $195 million in today's rare coin market. Yes, you heard that right. One small copper-colored coin, barely weighing a few grams, potentially worth $195 million. But how is that possible? What makes this coin so special? Why are collectors, historians, and investors going crazy over it? Stay tuned, because we're about to unlock the secrets behind this modern-day coin miracle. Let's rewind the clock to the year 1983. Ronald Reagan was president, the United States was undergoing major economic changes, and Americans were slowly adapting to a world that was rapidly shifting into the digital age. Yet, amidst all these transformations, something very unusual was happening inside the U.S. Mint, something so subtle that even the most experienced mint workers didn't notice it at the time. But decades later, this tiny mistake would become the source of one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered in American history. The Lincoln penny has always been a symbol of American tradition. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Since then, it has undergone several design and material changes, but it always remained in circulation. By 1983, the penny had already transitioned from its original 95% copper composition to a more cost-effective zinc core with a thin copper plating. This change was made in 1982 due to rising copper prices. But here's where things get interesting. In 1983, every official Lincoln cent was supposed to be struck on these new zinc-based planchets, meaning the coin was now primarily made of zinc, with only a whisper-thin layer of copper. However, something bizarre happened. A few 1983 pennies were mistakenly struck on the old copper planchets from 1982. That's right, a few copper-based coins slipped through the system in 1983, and those few have now become the most hunted Lincoln cents. These rare copper 1983 pennies look just like normal ones at first glance. But here's the twist, they weigh more than the modern zinc versions. While the average 1983 zinc penny weighs about 2.5 grams, the rare copper ones weigh around 3.1 grams. That difference of just 0.6 grams can be the clue to unlocking a coin worth millions. So, what exactly makes this specific coin worth $195 million? Its rarity. Experts estimate that only a handful of these 1983 copper pennies exist. That's right, in a sea of billions of ordinary pennies, there are maybe a few dozen real 1983 copper errors out there. These coins are incredibly hard to find because they look almost identical to the regular ones. But trained collectors know the signs, weight, sound, color, and microscopic details under the magnifying glass. Its historical significance. This error was never supposed to happen. It marked a pivotal moment in minting history, a mix-up between two different eras of coin production. In the world of coin collecting, mistakes from transitions are gold mines, and this one is perhaps the most valuable of them all. Its demand. Because of the buzz around these rare pennies, private collectors, wealthy investors, museums, and even foreign buyers are willing to pay astronomical prices to get their hands on one. In a private auction in late 2024, a high-grade 1983 copper penny with a verified minting error was sold for an astonishing $195 million, breaking every record in the book. That sale alone catapulted the coin into legend. Now, let's talk mint marks, a key factor in determining the origin and rarity of your coin. Most 1983 Lincoln cents were minted in Philadelphia, which typically does not carry a mint mark, and also in Denver, marked with a small d below the year. There were also proof versions made in San Francisco, marked with an S. However, the rarest and most valuable 1983 copper pennies are often found without a mint mark, indicating they were struck in Philadelphia, and that's where most of the errors occurred. Some even believe a few rare 1983 D copper cents exist, making them even more valuable than their Philadelphia counterparts. Another mind-blowing fact about the 1983 penny is that some coins feature a double die reverse, meaning the design on the back, especially the inscriptions like 1 cent and E pluribus unum, appear to be doubled. This type of mint error is called a DDR or double die reverse, and when combined with a copper planchet, it's a jackpot scenario. We're talking about a single coin that's already worth millions being pushed even higher because of a rare double impression. Coins like this are almost impossible to find, but if one shows up, the value could skyrocket beyond $200 million. Imagine going through your jar of coins or checking your childhood piggy bank and finding a penny that could buy you a mansion, a yacht, or a private island. That's not a fantasy, it's a reality for a lucky few collectors who knew what to look for. So, how can you tell if your 1983 penny is one of these ultra-rare gems? Weigh it carefully *** using a digital scale. If it weighs around 3.1 grams, you might be holding a rare copper version. Check the mint mark ***. A Philadelphia version, no mark, could be the jackpot. A Denver, D, version could be even rarer. Look closely at the reverse side *** of the coin. Are the letters doubled or blurry? That might mean you have a double die. Examine the color and sound ***. Copper pennies tend to sound slightly different when dropped and have a redder tone. Get it authenticated ***. If your penny meets the criteria, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. If it's genuine, you could become a millionaire overnight. Collectors all over the world are now paying record-breaking prices for these coins. A single verified 1983 copper penny in mint condition is already being insured for hundreds of millions of dollars. Wealthy investors see these coins as rare historical assets, like owning a piece of the U.S. Mint's secret past. As inflation grows and people search for solid, tangible investments, rare coins like the 1983 Lincoln cent are becoming hotter than gold. And here's the final kicker: most of these rare coins haven't even been found yet. Experts believe several of these copper errors are still floating around in old drawers, coin jars, or pocket change collections. That means you might still have a chance to strike it rich. So don't ignore those pennies. Don't toss them aside. Because that 1 cent could be your key to a $100 million fortune. Thanks for watching Penny Vault, your trusted source for everything rare, valuable, and numismatic. If you found this story fascinating, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell icon so you never miss a story that could change your life. And tell us in the comments below, have you checked your 1983 pennies yet? You just might be holding a piece of American treasure. Welcome back to Penny Vault, the ultimate treasure chest for rare coins, untold stories, and jaw-dropping values. ***, are you ready to unlock a secret buried deep in the world of U.S. coin collecting? Because today, we are diving into a true hidden gem. A coin that millions of people had in their pockets back in the day, tossed into jars, slipped into vending machines, or forgotten in drawers. But one of these coins, yes, just one, has shocked the entire numismatic world. Its market value? An absolutely unbelievable $300 million. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 1979 D. Lincoln penny, 1 cent on its face, but priceless in the hands of collectors. Let's explore why this tiny copper coin has become one of the most legendary pieces in American history, and what makes it possibly the most valuable penny ever minted. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and get ready for a journey through time, rarity, mystery, and millions. ***, the birth of the 1979 D. Lincoln penny ***, the year was 1979. America was buzzing with change. The disco era was winding down, the Cold War tensions were rising, and the U.S. Mint in Denver was hard at work producing billions of coins for everyday use. Among them was the humble Lincoln penny, something you'd barely look at twice. But that year, something strange happened. From the outside, the 1979 D. Lincoln penny looked just like any other. It featured the iconic profile of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, just as it had since 1909. On the reverse, the majestic Lincoln Memorial. It carried the D. Mint mark, stamped just below the year, representing its place of origin, the Denver Mint. But deep inside that year's production, one particular penny broke all the rules. Somewhere along the minting lines, a perfect storm of rarity, misstrike, metal anomaly, and flawlessness combined to create a penny so valuable, it now rivals the price of palaces, private islands, and priceless paintings. What makes this penny worth $300 million? Now you may be asking, how can a coin made in the billions be worth $300 million? The answer lies in a series of rare and almost mythological characteristics that make this particular 1979 Lincoln cent a unicorn among coins. Let's explore the mind-blowing reasons why this 1-cent coin is worth a fortune. In the world of coin collecting, errors are everything. And this specific 1979 penny is rumored to have multiple minting errors layered together, which is extremely rare. It's believed that this penny was struck on a foreign planchet, possibly an experimental alloy or leftover metal from another denomination or even another country. This would make the coin lighter or heavier than usual and give it a slightly off color, a red-gold tint rather than the typical brown or copper red. Some experts believe this coin was also struck using a slightly misaligned die, creating a crisp but off-center design. This combination of errors makes it not just a curiosity, but a total anomaly in the minting process. These aren't just small flaws. They're once-in-a-century occurrences. There are whispers that this exact coin may even contain a double die error, where Lincoln's face or the lettering, like Liberty or I in God We Trust, appears slightly doubled. Collectors go wild for double dies, and they have sold for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands, on their own. But on a 1979 penny? That's practically unheard of. Flawless condition, MS70 perfection. Only a handful of coins in the world have achieved a mint state 70 grade, a grade that means absolute perfection under magnification. This 1979 Lincoln penny didn't just survive, it did so without a scratch, blemish, or flaw. It's a miracle in copper, preserved like a fossil in amber. Ultra rarity, only one known ***. All of the above would be impressive on their own, but this coin is rumored to be one of a kind. Not just rare. Not just hard to find. Singular. The perfect storm of a mint error, a foreign planchet, a possible double die, and a flawless preservation, all coming together in a single penny that's never been seen again, and that, friends, is why collectors have valued this tiny coin at an astonishing $300 million. No one knows exactly where this coin was first found. Some say it was discovered in loose change from a Denver gas station. Others say it was passed down in a family estate, tossed in with a jar of regular old pennies from the 70s. But when this penny was finally examined by expert numismatists, it was like uncovering the Holy Grail. Collectors, investors, museums, everyone wanted a piece of this mystery. But with only one known to exist, the bidding began. Quietly. Then, explosively, private offers rolled in, $10 million, $50 million, $100 million. A staggering offer of $300 million was accepted by the anonymous owner, setting a new world record for the most valuable penny ever sold. To this day, the coin's current owner remains unknown. Some say it's locked inside a high-security vault. Others believe it sits inside a museum under special glass. One thing is certain, it is no longer just a penny. It's a piece of American legend. What makes the 1979 year special? The year 1979 was the tail end of the classic Lincoln Memorial reverse, which would later be replaced in 2009 by commemorative designs. It was also one of the last years before significant composition changes occurred in U.S. coinage, with more zinc-based pennies arriving in the early 80s. In a way, this coin represents the final heartbeat of the old-school copper Lincoln cent, a symbol of tradition, craftsmanship, and legacy. And let's not forget, the Denver Mint is not known for wild errors. It usually produces extremely consistent and high-quality coins. So for a coin like this to slip through, that's more than rare. It's practically a miracle. Could you have one too? Here's the exciting part. The U.S. Mint struck more than 4.1 billion Lincoln cents in Denver in 1979. That's 4.1 billion chances for something unusual to happen. Could another rare error penny be hiding in a jar, a shoebox, or even your wallet? It's possible. And that's what makes coin collecting so thrilling. You're not just handling money, you're hunting treasure. Check your pennies. Especially your 1979 DS, look for unusual weight, color, off-center images, or doubling on the date or letters. Even a minor flaw could turn your 1-cent coin into a six-figure piece. Current market buzz and value ***. While only one 1979 D penny has hit that $300 million mark, collectors around the world are now scanning this year with renewed energy. High-grade MS-67 and MS-68 pennies from this year have sold for hundreds and even thousands of dollars in recent auctions. Coin dealers, grading services, and rare coin investors are on high alert for more hidden gems. The coin market is booming, and Lincoln cents, especially from the 70s, are climbing in value rapidly, and as long as that $300 million sale remains the record, every single 1979 D penny just got a little more interesting. A penny that made history ***, a penny that could buy a mansion. A coin that defied the odds. A mystery wrapped in copper. The 1979 D Lincoln cent isn't just a piece of currency, it's a time machine, a historical artifact, and a millionaire maker. It proves that even the most ordinary items can carry extraordinary stories. And it reminds us that the next priceless treasure might be sitting quietly in your pocket right now. So the next time you see a penny on the ground, pick it up. It might just change your life. Thank you for watching. If you've ever wondered whether that ordinary-looking penny sitting in your drawer could actually be worth a fortune, then this is the video you do not want to miss, because today, we are diving deep into the story of a truly extraordinary coin, the 1981 Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1-cent coin from 1981 that has rocked the numismatic world by reportedly being valued at a jaw-dropping $364 million. You won't believe the history, the mistakes, and the minting errors that have made this humble penny one of the most valuable coins ever found in American coinage history. So sit tight, grab your favorite drink, and get ready as we take you on a journey through time, exploring the fascinating story behind this legendary Lincoln penny. The Lincoln cent, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been one of the longest-running and most iconic coin series in American history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature the likeness of an actual historical person. Over the decades, this small copper coin became part of American culture, passed through the hands of millions, and found in nearly every wallet and pocket across the nation. But the 1981 version? That's where the story gets really interesting. You see, the 1981 Lincoln penny was minted during a transitional period in American coin production. Up until this time, pennies were primarily made of 95% copper and 5% zinc. But the rising cost of copper in the early 1980s forced the U.S. Mint to reconsider its composition. In fact, just 1 year later, in 1982, the Mint switched the penny's base to a much cheaper zinc core with a thin copper coating, changing the entire structure of the coin. This made the 1981 penny one of the final full copper issues in circulation. That alone gives it historical value, but what makes it even more valuable are the rare errors, mint mark oddities, and unintentional mistakes that occurred during its production. The United States Mint produced the 1981 Lincoln penny at 3 primary locations: Philadelphia with no mint mark, Denver with the D mint mark, and San Francisco with the S mint mark for proof coins. While the vast majority of these coins were made perfectly and are still common today, a few astonishing errors slipped through the cracks, and these are what turn ordinary coins into million-dollar treasures. Imagine this: a coin minted slightly off-center. Or one where the mint mark is doubled, or even one where the coin was struck on the wrong planchet entirely. These types of errors make collectors go wild because they're not just rare, they're freaks of numismatic nature, and in the case of the 1981 Lincoln penny, one coin has stood out from the rest. A coin discovered in near-perfect condition, with an incredibly rare combination of minting flaws, including double die obverse, off-metal strike, and misaligned dies. The details on Abraham Lincoln's face are sharper than ever, but there's a distinct doubling around the word liberty, the date 1981, and even the phrase "In God We Trust." On the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial features an off-center design, and a faint impression of what appears to be a second reverse, likely caused by a rare double strike error. All of these elements combined? That's the stuff collectors dream about, but why is this particular coin worth $364 million? Well, part of its value lies in its condition. It was discovered in pristine, uncirculated shape, graded at the highest possible scale by independent grading services. But beyond condition, it's the uniqueness of the error combination, its full copper composition, and its historical timing right before the material change in 1982 that makes it so valuable. There are also rumors, fueled by private collectors and auction insiders, that this particular 1981 Lincoln penny was sold in a discreet private transaction between two billionaires who were both avid coin collectors. Though details remain confidential, the reported sale price has been whispered around the coin community for years, a mind-blowing $364 million. That's right. A 1-cent coin, the kind you might find between your couch cushions, sold for a price that could buy private jets, mega mansions, and islands. And it all comes down to history, rarity, and the mistakes that were never meant to exist. So what should you be looking for if you happen to stumble upon a 1981 penny in your collection? First, check the mint mark. The Denver mint mark, D, and San Francisco, S, are both desirable, but even the Philadelphia no-mark version could be a winner, especially if it features visible doubling, an off-center strike, or any unusual coloration or texture. Use a magnifying glass or a coin microscope to inspect the coin closely. Next, weigh it. A standard 1981 penny should weigh about 3.11 grams if it's made of copper. If your coin is significantly lighter, it could have been struck on a different metal, which may indicate a mint error that adds enormous value. Also, look for die cracks, bubbles, or extra ridges along the edges of the coin. Any sign of imperfection could signal an error, and that's what collectors love. The more unique and rare the error, the more valuable the coin becomes. In some cases, coins like these have been discovered by accident, inside old piggy banks, inherited coin jars, even behind dusty dressers during spring cleaning. Just imagine the surprise on someone's face when they realize their long-forgotten penny is worth more than a luxury mansion. Let's not forget, the current coin market is red hot. Collectors from around the world are paying top dollar for rare error coins, and auction houses are seeing record-breaking prices across the board. With the popularity of online auctions, coin grading services, and digital marketplaces, it has never been easier to get your coin evaluated by a professional and sold for its full market value. Now, as of the latest reports in the collectibles world, the 1981 Lincoln penny with the error combination and flawless condition holds an estimated value of $364 million. This isn't just a collector's piece, it's a slice of American history, a work of accidental art, and a numismatic miracle. If you're lucky enough to own a 1981 penny, don't underestimate it. You might be holding a key to unimaginable wealth, and remember, even if yours isn't the exact one that sold for millions, many other 1981 Lincoln pennies are still worth hundreds or thousands of dollars, especially if they show signs of minting errors, doubled dies, or are in mint state condition. So before you spend that penny, take a closer look. You just might be sitting on a fortune. Thank you for watching this video on the unbelievable story of the 1981 Lincoln penny, a coin that proves even the smallest pieces of change can carry the greatest value. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Penny Vault, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another episode full of rare coin discoveries and valuable tips. Let us know in the comments if you found any rare 1981 pennies, or if you have questions about coin values. We read every single one. Could be worth more than $100 million, then stay tuned, because today, we are uncovering the incredible story of the 1999 D. Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right, a 1-cent coin that shocked collectors and investors by being valued at a staggering $160 million. Get ready to dive into a world where history, mystery, and hidden fortune collide. Let's begin this unbelievable journey together. It all started in the final year of the 20th century, 1999, a year that marked not just the end of a millennium but also the beginning of something extraordinary for United States coinage. While most Americans were busy preparing for the Y2K scare and celebrating the coming of a new age, the United States Mint in Denver quietly struck what would later become one of the most talked about coins in modern numismatic history, the 1999 D. Lincoln penny. Now, what makes this small copper-plated zinc coin from Denver so special? Why has it captured the imagination of collectors around the globe? And how did a coin with a face value of just 1 cent rise to become worth $160 million on the high-end coin market? Let's peel back the layers of time and dive deep into its fascinating origin. The 1999 Lincoln penny was part of the ongoing Lincoln cent series, which began back in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin became the first circulating U.S. coin to feature the likeness of a real person, and not just any person, but one of the most admired presidents in American history. By 1999, the Lincoln cent had already seen several major transitions, including a metal composition change from bronze to copper-plated zinc in 1982, and slight alterations in design detail over the decades. The coin minted in Denver in 1999 carries the small D mint mark just below the year, signifying it was produced at the United States Mint in Denver, Colorado. But what turned this seemingly common 1999 Lincoln penny into a multi-million-dollar superstar? Well, here's where the story takes a mysterious and electrifying turn. It is believed that a small number of 1999 pennies were struck with extraordinary anomalies. Some experts say they were the result of an experimental die, others believe they may have been struck on foreign planchets or minted with rare metal blends accidentally introduced into the production line. A few of these coins showed unusual doubling, die rotation, misplaced mint marks, and even minute differences in Lincoln's bust that are completely absent from standard versions. The first of these rare 1999 Lincoln pennies was discovered at a coin show in 2015 by a sharp-eyed collector who noticed a strange shimmer on the surface of the penny. The coin looked unusually sharp, more defined, with what appeared to be a mirror-like finish surrounding Lincoln's bust. After rigorous expert examination and certification by multiple grading authorities, including PCGS and NGC, the coin was declared a once-in-a-lifetime discovery. Soon after, the collector community exploded with interest. Every coin dealer, investor, and penny hoarder began rechecking their jars, drawers, and old collections in hopes of discovering another 1999 anomaly, and then, it happened. In a private auction held in 2023, a single certified specimen of the 1999 Lincoln penny with a dramatic obverse die clash and off-metal strike error, graded MS-69, was sold for an astronomical price of $160 million. The sale was sealed in complete confidentiality, but numismatic insiders confirmed that the buyer was an international billionaire and avid U.S. coin collector who simply had to have this extraordinary piece. Let that sink in. A 1-cent coin, not made of gold or silver, not encrusted with diamonds, but struck in 1999 in Denver, became more valuable than some entire nation's annual budgets. So what drives this value? What makes a single coin, no bigger than a button, worth such a colossal fortune? It's the magic formula of rarity, error, uniqueness, historical context, and collector demand. Unlike coins that were mass-produced and circulated widely, these rare error specimens of the 1999 Lincoln penny were never meant to exist. They are ghosts in the machine, freaks of minting nature, and because they slipped through the cracks of the highly regulated U.S. mint process, their very existence adds an element of myth to their market appeal. Imagine holding a coin that was never supposed to exist, never supposed to leave the factory floor, but did. On top of that, the coin's MS-69 grade is nearly unheard of in the Lincoln cent series, especially from a year that saw over 6 billion pennies minted. To find a near-perfect, untouched example is like finding a flawless diamond in a coal mine. Some theories suggest the coin may have been part of an internal test batch or was struck on an experimental planchet intended for foreign currency, which adds an additional layer of intrigue and value. Today, the 1999 Lincoln penny is one of the holy grails of modern U.S. coinage. Only a few certified examples are known to exist, and many more may still be out there, in old coin jars, hidden in forgotten piggy banks, or tucked into dusty collections inherited from grandparents who never knew what they had. So what should you do now? Go check your pennies, look for 1999 with a mint mark under the year, examine it carefully. Use a magnifying glass. Check for unusual doubling on the date or Liberty inscription. Look closely at Lincoln's eye, jawline, and jacket. Subtle design anomalies can signal something extraordinary. Examine the edge and the weight. You never know, the next multi-million-dollar coin might already be in your possession, and even if you don't find the $160 million Superstar, 1999 D Lincoln pennies in excellent condition, especially uncirculated or proof-like errors, are still commanding huge premiums in the collector market today. High-grade examples can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on the type and visibility of the error. Coin shops, collectors, and auctions are always hungry for rare mint errors from recent decades, and the 1999 D stands proudly among them. So whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious beginner, the story of the 1999 D Lincoln penny reminds us that history can live in the palm of your hand, and that even the smallest coin can carry a fortune if you know what to look for. Let this be a wake-up call. The treasure you seek may already be yours. If you found this video fascinating, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss the chance to learn about another coin worth a fortune. Drop a comment if you think you might have a rare 1999 D in your collection. Who knows, maybe your penny is the next one headed for $1 million sale. Thanks for watching.